Cowboy game. And the score, the Cowboys 10, the Chargers 7. Matt, first impressions, first half.
Man, it's hard to know what to think. It's kind of, I think, more of the type of game we thought we would see in a sense that it's close. The offense still seems a little out of sorts. We've seen a couple of drops. It looks like they're trying to go down the field a little bit, and then the complete bungling of the timeout situation at the end of the half where you get into the red zone, you've got plenty of time with 2 timeouts to take a couple of shots in the end zone, and they do nothing. They dump it off to Pollard for 3 and then kick a field goal.
Yeah, they had 8 seconds, but you could see McCarthy talking to the official. He wanted to kind of just chalk up his losses, run it down to 3 and kick a field goal when you could have taken a chance at the end zone. I pretty much thought that they bungled that whole entire end sequence. It ended with a field goal, and you have the lead at halftime. But even after the one play where I think it was Gallup that was tackled close to out of bounds, but they kept the clock going. He still had 2 timeouts.
Right, call the timeout.
Just to kind of get yourself together and get a plan to get closer. And you may have ended up in a field goal, but it just felt like the time management down toward the end of the first half was a waste. Cowboys go for it on 4th and short, down there really close, and they didn't get the tush-push play. So I think it's what we thought it was going to be as far as the Chargers defense not being very good, and the Cowboys offense, if they want to try to get something going, it's probably possibly could do it against this defense, but it only equals to 10 points as they have 207 total yards in the first half. The Cowboys, 13 first downs, but only 2 of 7 on third down and only 10 points on the scoreboard. 6 penalties for 45 yards kind of hurt also. You're getting some pre-snap penalties that everyone swears that you're going to get rid of and work on and all that, and it's just been –
so much for that.
I know.
Might as well line up offside. See if they notice.
It's just been a little clunky on the 6 drives for Dallas that only results in 10 points. But you can see that the defense has come to play today. It was an opening drive touchdown for the Chargers, and it looked like it was going to be them all day long as far as moving the ball up and down the field. But after that, they – had to punt 4 straight times.
Yeah, they've done a good job of keeping the Chargers, for the most part, their offense in check, and they're getting a lot of pressure on Herbert, making him move around. He's obviously been uncomfortable in the pocket. It's interesting. I don't know that I would have guessed that this would be 10-7, but we've seen this from the Dallas defense before, where on that opening drive, the other team will go right down the field, and then once you get past the script part of the game, it seems like that defense just – outside of the San Francisco game and their other 4 games has really done a good job of shutting down the other team. Dak has been really good in the first half. He's 15 of 20 for 161 yards, no turnovers, which is great to see. Gallup had a couple of drops. He should even probably be 17 or 18 out of 20.
Yeah, it should be. It should have been a touchdown on the one throw where it was right in his hands and Gallup dropped it. So no help. We finally got a Brandon Cook sighting. He has 2 catches
for
23 yards. Yeah, 17-yard catch. And you said it had to happen. You said that Brandon Cooks needed to get involved in his offense just to see what you have, because you have all this speed, but you really haven't threatened to take the top off of it. And while it's very frustrating to see some, third down and 6, and then you go 3 yards, that's frustrating. They have pushed the pill. They pushed the ball downfield probably more than they ever have. Well, with success.
Right.
Because they tried to push it down against San Francisco, and it just didn't work. So you see them work in the middle of the field. You're seeing CeeDee Lamb, 5 catches for 64 yards?
84 yards.
84 yards. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on.
84,
5 for 84, and they're trying to work him a little deeper down the field in the middle to get him open, to try to get him into some space. But I think we still can see them get some plays and get those guys in space with the running start, so maybe they can make a man miss and utilize their speed up the field. It doesn't necessarily have to be 20, 25 air yards. It could be 6 or 7, but if you see those guys get some space and break a tackle, maybe some good things can happen. So it's a tight first half, 10-7. The Chargers get the ball in the second half, and I would expect this defense to continue to play well. Michael Parsons really hasn't had a huge statistical game, but he is definitely affecting the game because they have 1, 2, 3 guys focused on him, and it's allowing those other guys to get loose and go down there and make some plays. Marquise Bell has been really good here in the first half for the Cowboys defense, and they haven't let him get loose in the running game whatsoever. Eckler coming back from his high ankle sprain only has 7 carries for 14 yards. It's 10 carries as a team for 19 yards, not even 2 yards a carry. So defensively, they have played a lot better, a whole lot better than they did against San Francisco. But it's a long way to go, man. And I'm a little worried about this secondary a bit because Justin Herbert can sling it. That dude has an arm, and they've gotten some pressure, but no sacks. So they're going to have to put him on the ground a couple of times, I think, in the second half if they want to continue to have some success on that end side of the ball.
Yeah, and the pressure is affecting him. I think you could tell on that deep pass that he had where Keenan Allen had beaten, I believe it was Deron Bland, and he just overthrew him. There was pressure on
Quentin
that.
Johnston, yeah.
The one after that.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. It was Keenan.
Parsons got held, and so it doesn't create a sack, but it did create I believe they took that to a 2nd and 20. So you see things like that. But it is interesting because neither one of these teams can really establish the run in this game. Pollard only has 8 for 20 yards. That's it. The best run of the game was the 18-yard touchdown run that Dak had, and that you see plays like that, and you wonder why don't we see more of that where they had CD coming in motion and gave a little bit of misdirection with the play that actually went. I mean, there was different options. James bit the wrong one on that, so a lot going on there, and it's tight, man. This is about kind of what we thought, a tight, close game on the road.
Yeah, finally a close game for the Cowboys. All right, the post-game show will be on after this game. It will be Matt, myself, and the Hardline, live from Los Angeles. Bob, Corby, Davey, they will all join us on the post-game show. We look forward to you listening. We look forward to you calling. And look forward to the second half, man. The Cowboys, the Chargers, and the Rangers. Woo!